Hey everybody, Lindsey here with Action Hour every Saturday at 10. And boy, do I have a show for you today. Today we have breaking news from Gentle Giants nonprofit. They are coming on today to tell us about an update on all the other elephants they have rescued, but we really, really need your help. And in addition to that, as another treat, we have two other elephant guardian organizations. Actually, we have Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles, and we also have Lucy's Edmonton Advocates Project, or LEAP, in the house. So let me bring them on without any further ado here. There's all my guests, ladies. How are you? How is everyone doing? So great to have you here today. And Diana, I want to ask you first. Tell us, you have some great news to share with us about rescues, but you also have a very urgent message for us. So why don't you go ahead and jump in on that for us, if you would.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lindsey, again for having us. It's really, really an honor to be here again, and we're very grateful for all your support. And I'm so happy to be here with my sister warriors from LEAP and Elephant Guardian from Los Angeles. Okay, so our great news is that we have, they have sent us a list for 22 begging elephants. We have been able to already upload to our website 10 of them because we have enough funds to accept them. But we have 12 that we told them, they already agreed, our team in Thailand already agreed to absolutely all our terms and everything. But we don't have all the funds that we normally, what we do is to be able to accept elephants. We have at least 2 months worth of food and wages for them. So we're not actually living month to month. You know, we have a little bit of time to be able to start, gathering more money. So we have those 12 elephants that are waiting to join our project, and our guardian angels. No, our elephant angels. One of them is Nidu and her beautiful daughter Lakshmi. They have offered $7,000 to be matched to help us bring these elephants. And our other elephant angel, Elizabeth Palmer, she has also offered $1,000 to help us bring these begging elephants home, to take them off the street, to ensure that they don't have to continue begging out. Because right now, due to COVID, some of these elephants were already in ethical projects, but because there's no tourists, they were forced for the elephants to go back in the street. And this is really, really urgent because we have many females that are about to come to age to turn into young ladies. And what happens when they turn into young ladies, when they are begging elephants, is that they force breed them, meaning rape them, because of course when you have a begging elephant and they are either pregnant or already have a little baby, more people tend to give them money. So what we want to tell everyone is that we're launching our match. It's $8,000 for anyone that sponsors or donates.
Can that be a combination of people making that donation? So can the match be a combination of people, or does it have to be from one source?
Want to come together, if a group of people want to come together and say, you know what, this is how much we've gathered among our friends, family, relatives, companies, whatever it is, and here it is, this is what we want to do, then, or if they want to sponsor, anyone that sponsors, donates, whatever it is, it's going to go straight to for that match, so that we can add those 12 elephants that have totally agreed. The owners are willing to come back. The ones that were already in ethical projects but are walking the streets again, or the ones that are agreed, that have never been part of an ethical project, they have completely agreed to join the Gentle Giant Stay Home Project. but we need to secure those funds. And of course, thanks to Naru and her beautiful daughter Lakshmi and Elizabeth, we have.
Okay, Diane, let me cut in for a minute. I want to go back a little bit because we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. There are some people that don't even know about the organization or don't know about where the elephants came from. So before we get too far into the future, I did want you to get out the part about, for people that might not be on later, we do need donations, but let's wind back a little bit here so the rest of the people know what we're talking about. First of all, let's talk about how COVID affected it and where all these elephants came from. And let's talk about, people don't even know the cruelty involved. Like they might say, well, okay, so let them go back to work. Let's talk a little bit about what happens, how their, how their will is broken and so forth. I would like to cover that a little. So either you or Colby want to jump in? It's up to you.
I'll summarize what Gentle Giants Stay Home Project. Gentle Giants Stay Home Project is now 3 months old. We launched Gentle Giants Stay Home Project with Lex Charlotte. We founded this nonprofit with Colby, Lex Charlotte, Derek Thompson, Tracy, Grace Jane, and myself to help the elephants that were walking back to their villages to avoid starvation because of COVID-19. As everyone knows, Thailand is a country that is they live out of tourism, and their greatest or their biggest attraction are elephants. So once they were back home, we came up with a project that's called the Gentle Giant Stay Home Project, that we are the ones that we pay for the elephant food, the wages, we pay their mahouts or caretakers fair wages to keep the elephants home, and they don't have to go back to the tourist industry where the babies are broken with it's either called pajan in Thailand or the crush, where they take the babies away from their mothers when they're now 6 months old, and they beat the hell out of them, and they burn them, stab them, they do a whole bunch of things so that people can take a selfie or see the elephant or roll on the ground with a baby elephant. And this is just the tragedy. So what our organization is doing is keeping them home, and we are working with the mahouts and the owners. They just don't, the only thing they have to do is take care of their elephants. Now we've added a new element with the begging elephants, which now these are elephants that are walking down and up the streets of Thailand asking people to give money. So the elephant is taught, tortured into teaching, into asking money. And the worse they look, the worse they are. They starve them, they look in horrible conditions, so people feel sorry for the elephant, and of course give money. Please never give money to a begging elephant, no matter how terrible it looks, because the more we give, the more we fuel this horrible industry. And they bring the babies. So now we're talking about the begging elephants, that the girls, the 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, once they're able to carry a baby, they're force-fed, they're raped, they're in horrific ways. They, put knives to their bellies, they pull their ears, they chain them up. And of course, just like an 11-year-old little girl, human or an elephant, they are, we develop in the same chronological way. So it's as traumatic as having an 11-year-old girl be pregnant and be raped. So, for us to avoid this, we're keeping them home now. They're in their villages, which we've been able to save.
So now that they're in their villages and we understand how the problem came about, I want to show a couple of videos here of the situation. Some of the videos I had to take the sound out because it was inaudible, but you'll get the idea. And then afterwards, have you guys talk about them. So
to see some part of the village, to see the way of they treat the elephant here. These elephant keepers, they used to take their elephant to walk in the street. Their job is baking in the street, and today they come home. ครับช้างเหล่านี้นะครับเป็นช้างที่ในอดีตเคยเป็นช้างเล่ร่อนนะครับตามท้องถนน
Yeah, I don't want to play it too long if it's not audible, but I do want to, before we go on, introduce the rest of our wonderful group here. We have Marianne Holm with us from LEAP, and she, of course, is an advocate for Lucy. Is that correct? Yes, right. You're yes. So I know that's correct. And also we have Kiersten Cluster here today. Kiersten, I'm unmuting you right now. And then we also have Wendy with us, who works with Kiersten for Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles. And of course, we have Colby, who is with Gentle Giants. So ladies, I just want to say again, thank you so much for coming on. So Colby, tell us a little bit more about what we just saw there, if you would, please. Sorry, Colby, I think your mic is muted. Here we go. Go ahead. I got it.
There. So these begging elephants, many of them are handicapped, many are disabled, some were born that way, some have become that way because of the chains restricting their legs for so many years. All of them are very young. We have a 13-year-old who has a 2-month-old baby. They have walked back to their villages, but the enclosures are in horrific condition. Like they're rotten, they're broken down, there is no shelter above, and they're tiny. And there'll be 2 or 3 elephants per enclosure, and they're just very small enclosures.
Let's watch one and show it. Let me show what it looks like. So in that clip there, you don't see the whole thing. I do have another one. Let me show this one.
That is this day, and this is quite rotten at night, and this is the squid elephant in here, and this is will be 2 elephants in here at night time. อยากจะให้ทุกคนได้เห็นนะคะว่าที่นี่จะเป็นคอกเลี้ยงช้างนะคะที่เขาจะเอาใช้นอนจะได้เห็นนะคะว่าในยามที่ควานช้างเขาต้องออกไปบางครั้งเขาต้องออกไปทำงานแล้วต้องทิ้งน้องช้างไว้เพราะเขาต้องมีไปดูแลสอนเป็นบางครั้งนะคะก็นี่คือสภาพความเป็นอยู่ของพ่อค่ะที่เขาจะอยู่ก็ค่อนข้างที่จะผุพังนะคะเนื่องจากหมู่บ้านชาวบ้านก็ไม่มีรายได้ซึ่งในอดีตก็ทุกคนเราก็เขาก็มีการซ่อมแซมไปแต่ปีนี้เขาไม่มีตังค์ค่ะก็เลยปล่อยให้อยู่ในสภาพทรุดโทรมอย่างเงี้ยนะคะนี่คือข้อที่จริงที่เกิด
So that's pretty rough, all right? Go ahead, Colby. You were speaking about it.
So many, they make more money on the street than they do in these projects. So we have to really support those who are coming back into the projects. You have a young mother and a tiny baby, they make even more money out on the streets. So they have come back. There are many more, which we hope to help, but right now we have 22. Again, they're very young. If you look into their eyes, they are so sad. It's a tragedy to even see where they're living now in our project. So not only do we need to raise funds for keeping them in our project, but we need to start raising funds for enclosures. We have got to build them better shelters. The rainy season is here.
Yeah, tell us about that. It's rainy season right now, and so they're just standing out in the rain?
Yeah. Yes, pretty much. The babies too. And like I said, we have, the 13-year-old with the 2-month-old baby. They're just out in the elements right now. So it's a huge undertaking just for these 22. So we really need, as many people to help us as we can. And when Diana was mentioning the match, so even if you give $5, it becomes $10. So, any amount you give is going to double the impact.
That's really good to know. We want to make sure everyone heard that. So if whatever you put out is going to be matched.
Yes.
So if you can only give $20, that's $40 you're donating right there. So that's really important if you can at all. There are other ways if you cannot right now, unfortunately, please think about it in the future as soon as you can. Or if it's your birthday or you want to do a fundraiser if you want to do a fundraiser, on Facebook, you can do that. You can share this video. You can do a watch party. You can go to the social media sites of these organizations and like their posts. That help all of that hook. So we are asking you, please share out this video. Please help out. So before we go on, I just want to talk a little bit about the two other organizations and tell about their work, and then we're going to finish the entire thing. Diana, you'll be up next. But I do want to show these real quick because we have these wonderful ladies that are helping out. Maybe you can talk a little bit, Lucy, and not Lucy, Mary and Kiersten, about how your organizations are helping. So we'll start with Lucy. And Marianne, maybe you can explain a little bit what we're looking at here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Thank you. Yes, my group, Lucy's Edmonton Advocates Project, advocates for Lucy, who's a 45-year-old Asian elephant that was wild captured from Sri Lanka. As you can well imagine, up here in Canada, the climate is not appropriate for an elephant. So this elephant is walked around often in snow and ice. She lives alone, which of course is cruel for any elephant. They're very social, family-orientated animals, and to keep this elephant alone is cruel, just criminal. She lives in a tiny little concrete barn here in Edmonton, Canada, and she is a sad and withdrawn elephant. Every time you see her, her trunk is down, her eyes are sad. She has difficulty walking because she's got numerous captivity-related conditions that are very common in all zoo elephants, things like arthritis, but she also has some other problems. She has zoochosis. So as you may have seen in other videos where animals, not just elephants, are so distressed and bored and lonely in zoos that they'll rock back and forth and sway. Lucy will do that. She's got problems with her feet. Her toenails are abscessed and cracked. And she's just in a horrible pain. You can see it every time she takes a step. So my group that I founded in 2015 has been doing everything we can to try and get this girl to sanctuary. And of course, with my colleagues here, we all work together and collaboratively to kind of help each other with the causes. And at LEAP, we try to support Gentle Giants. We also want to support the LA Guardians and their efforts to save Billy and the other elephants. So it's really quite a tight-knit family where we work together and try and help each other. Right now, we've got a call to action for all our supporters. If they go to our website or our Facebook page and our website, and just our website's www.leapforlucy.com. And other than that, just look for us on Facebook, and you'll see a call to action where we're asking everyone to email the zoo and city officials. And we're having an email storm right now. So right now they're getting thousands of emails. And I've even noticed our colleagues here today, their group and their supporters are helping us with sending emails. So that's what I do, but I don't want to take up valuable time because the Gentle Giants program is why we're here and so important.
Thank you. And I would be happy to do a broadcast the next time you have an initiative. It's probably too late for this one. I'll do a show to help you get more signatures. That's what the Action Hour is about. So we'd love to help you out with that.
Awesome.
Okay, we have Kiersten and Wendy here with us also. I'd like to let each of you speak for a little bit. We've got, of course, Billy in our LA Zoo, horrific situation. And maybe Kiersten, you can start off, and then we'll have you each speak a little bit, because I know you both do so much work trying to get Billy out of there. So go ahead, Kiersten.
Hello, everybody. Thank you.
Oops.
Thank you for putting this together and having us all here today. I really love the fact that all of you ladies are so collaborative, and we're so supportive of each other, and we work together. And I really think that's the only way we're going to accomplish anything for these amazing beings that we're all working to save. And I just want to honor all of you. And the Gentle Giants Project is very close to my heart. I find it very incredible that in this time of the global pandemic, when we're living in such dark times, that you have been able to find a project that is bringing something so positive into the world. And I really believe this is a call to action for all of us. This is a way that we can help the elephants. We can actively do something right now that's going to have a positive impact on these elephants in Thailand. So I really support this project with all of my heart. And we are working here. Our organization, Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles, was originally formed to support the Free Billy campaign here in Los Angeles. It's actually been going on since 2005. Our organization was formed late 2015. And we have grown since then to support many elephant campaigns that are going on around the world. We are advocating for freedom and self-determination and dignity for elephants and all beings. And we are also supporting the campaign to get Lucy out of the Edmonton Zoo, where she is living in truly horrific conditions and deserves a chance to retire in peace. So our campaign right now for Billy is basically on hold due to the pandemic. As you know, our city has been shut down. Our zoo was shut down for a long time. It recently has had a partial reopening for members through a reservation system. We have a motion in front of the Los Angeles City Council that demands that the zoo release Billy to sanctuary. He has a home. He's been offered a forever home at the Performing Animal Welfare Society, PAWS, in Northern California. They're planning a 15-acre habitat for him. And since our zoo is still city-owned, if this motion passes, the zoo will have to release him to sanctuary. But now with the pandemic and everything that's going on in this city, all of that is basically on hold. So the best way to get updates on what's going on with Billy is to follow us on Facebook, Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles. We have some stuff that's going on behind the scenes. As soon as we have information we can make public, it'll be up on our Facebook page. Everyone here will be the first to know. And in the meantime, please support these other projects, Gentle Giants and LEAP with their Free Lucy campaign. These are just so important for us all to work together. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Kiersten. And Kiersten, I would love to have you back on to educate people about zoos. Actually, I think both of you ladies can come back on. I know you didn't want to do a show because you felt, but I think that education story is an important story to get out. Okay, we are back to Gentle Giants. And Diana, I would like to go through these photos here. And I would like, if you would, just tell us a little bit about these babies that we're seeing, if you would.
Yes, by Toy. He is actually a very young elephant. He's a begging elephant. And as you can see by his very sad demeanor, you know, we have been able to bring him back, take him off the streets, and now he's joined the Gentle Giants family. So I think By Toy hasn't had any sponsors just yet. I'm not very 100% sure about that, but you know, just like any other begging elephant, she suffered a lot, very, very much.
Yeah, we've got another one here.
Oh my goodness, this is Bundua. Bundua is a little boy. He's just a few, I think he's about, I don't remember exactly because he just came in, but he's just a few months old. His mother is 27 years old. She's handicapped. And she has been walking the streets also. Of course, she had this baby, and many people were willing to give her money or buy the sugar cane or whatever she was selling, so that she could keep her baby and herself fed. And people have to understand that these elephants have to go up and down, the streets, scorching heat. These babies are underfed. They're very, very low weight because they don't have the time to nurse. Many of them become handicapped because of this. She's a beautiful, also a beautiful elephant that we just pulled out. She's the begging elephant. I'm sorry, Pookie is a boy, actually, and we just pulled him out. Bulls suffer the most in these situations because bulls aren't as social, so they have to beat them and they have to really be brutal with them to be able for them to behave. And mostly when you're in a situation where they have to be going up and down the street and they are actually in a lot of danger, many of them are run over. This is Soy Thong. Soy Thong is a baby girl. She's the 2-month-old baby girl. She was born in July, and her mother, Wong Thong, she's the 13-year-old that they impregnated by force when she was 11 years old. So, this is what we're up against, and these are the new members of our family, and we are determined. We are determined to keep them safe and with us. We really can't let them go back. There she is, Wong Thong and Soy Thong. Look how beautiful they are. We want the sparkle in her eyes to come back. So please sponsor her, help us keep them off the streets. We want that baby girl never to have to go through the crush. We want that baby girl just to be with us. This is Wang Duen. She's a 27-year-old that is mother of Bunlua, and she's handicapped. She has difficulties with her legs, and she has a lot of problems to walk. And she was forced to beg out in the streets, walking hours and hours. So you can imagine the pain she's been living. So now they're with us, and this is why it's so important. Thank you, Kiersten. What Kiersten was saying is absolutely.
And I want to just jump in too and say Wendy didn't get a chance to talk. So before we move forward, let's just let her go ahead, because that's not. I'm sorry, Wendy. I apologize. Go ahead.
No problem.
If you want to talk about the gentle giants, then you're helping with them, or whatever you want. Go ahead. Sorry.
It almost ditto to what everybody else has said. My feeling is that these amazing elephants are suffering at the hands of the human race, and being a member of the human race, I feel that it's our responsibility to do what we can for them. We've put them in circuses, zoos, the tourist trade, logging industry, trophy hunting, and poaching. This is all human things that have been put on these elephants. So I'm just thrilled to do whatever I can to support these amazing women. I'm so honored to be in the same atmosphere with them and to support them in whatever way I can. So everybody, whatever you can give. I personally have about 8. I've sponsored about 8 of these gentle giants. I love them dearly. I see, so-and-so doesn't have any sponsors. Well, he does now. I just can't turn away from them. I love them all, and they need us. They did not choose their condition. We did it to them. Yes. We have to get them out of it.
Okay, Colby, I want to ask you this one. As far as if you donate to a particular elephant that's not been sponsored, and then will that be matched for that elephant, or will it go to the general? Diana wants to, I think Diana, go ahead, Diana. Okay.
You can sponsor anyone you decide to sponsor, whether they are already in our project. If you want to just make a general donation and say match, that will go. But this match is specifically to be able to accept the 12 that are waiting to be accepted into the project. So any match, any sponsorship, any donation or any sponsorship will go for that purpose, to be able to gather the funds to have the 2-month worth of wages and food to be able to bring them into our project. For those 12 elephants that are waiting in horrible conditions, as everyone's seen, right now, the most urgent, what is most urgent is for us to secure them so that the owners, we send the money out to the owners that are desperate. Of course, these people are desperate. Believe me, it's not that they want to be horrible human beings. It's that they too have families and they're starving. So we have to immediately send money out to them so that we can secure them, and then we could start working, into the enclosures, into this. But we need to secure them so that they don't continue going out in the street, so they don't continue making their elephants beg, and they have something to give their families as well, food. These people are really, really struggling. It's not just like we're struggling over here in the US and Canada and everything with COVID, and we have help from the government. Over there, they have absolutely nothing. They are really dependent on people seeing this situation, and in exchange, it's a beautiful project. In exchange, you are literally saving lives. Not only the elephant lives, you're saving the mahouts' lives, you're saving their children's lives. We're working with the farmers. I've said it before. We have pictures of them. We hire the truck driver. We pay for the gas. There's just such a chain of beautiful help. It's just like a wonderful ripple effect. So we buy from the farmers. We rent the truck from the truck driver. We give him work. We give the people who pick the fruit the job. We feed the elephants. We are feeding the mahout. It's just like everything is included.
Everything filters down. And, as I continue to work and do stories on animal rights, it is so interweaving with human rights. And the suffering that happens to animals, people are suffering. When you think of places in the world where people are suffering, animals are suffering twice as badly. And it does definitely help the people at the same time. And we want to stress that. And it does help bring back, it's a conservation issue, and it's bringing back, restoring the environment back to the way it should be, the way it was before. Now, I have some videos here, Sarin elephants. Should I go ahead and show those? And then you ladies, Diana and Colby, can explain a bit. Should we go into that now? Because we're into the second half of the show.
I want, if we can, before, I also want to make a very, very special announcement about
Go ahead.
We have. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank Leslie Randall, who about 2 months ago, she sent me a beautiful gift. She called me and she said, Diana, can I make a mask with your logo? And I said, absolutely, of course, because of rights, she was asking me, because not everyone can go and, just do anything with anyone's logo. So she asked me, and she sent me a beautiful, beautiful mask. And this has turned into working relationship with 2 beautiful women who have a very small business here in the US. It's called, please bear with me 1 second. It's called 2 Magical Crafters, which is Pam and Kim. And, it's actually beautiful because now the Dental Giant is also not only helping the people in Thailand, but also a small business here that is owned by these 2 beautiful women. And they do this by hand. And everyone now, this is our world. We're needing masks, and this is the masks.
Oh boy, let's see. Show us the logo. Can you get a little closer into the camera with it?
I want to show you the logo. I'll actually take it off. And
yeah, good. Beautiful. Now, what colors does it come in? Red?
Well, it's coming in maroon or in wine, and in green.
Green. I love green.
Yes, in green. Give me 1 second. In white with green. White.
Okay.
So, and it also has adjustable straps. We haven't put it up on our website. We're going to be putting it up on our website. But like everything that we try to do unique in our Gentle Giants, the uniqueness, it's beautiful. Actually the way they have done it, they have a little pocket so that you could put a filter in it if you want protection and all of this. The straps are adjustable for your ears. But the additional thing is that we also have a baggy for
Oh, look at
your,
that.
your mask, because I have masks, and of course I'm throwing them everywhere because I don't know what to do with them. So, they can go.
How much to purchase that? Do you happen to know yet?
Well, right now they're actually on, I don't know if it's going to be on Monday or maybe on Tuesday, but we're going to be launching. They're still figuring out those details. But what the wonderful thing is that Kim and Pam are going to be donating half of the proceeds to us, and they're also going to be getting, a lot of business. So now what I want you to really, really think about is that when you buy one of these masks and their baggies and everything, you're not now only helping elephants and their caretakers in Thailand, you're also helping a small business owned by these two beautiful women, in this COVID crisis. So we're so proud. We're so proud right now that we are able, that the Gentle Giant Stay Home Project, the Gentle Giants, is able to also come into the U.S. market, helping them. Now they are going to be the ones selling the masks for us, because as a nonprofit, it becomes very difficult when you because of taxes when you try to sell things. So we don't sell anything. They're going to be selling. They're going to be taking care of absolutely everything. We will send, or they will send their information, our information, with the thank you little notes that they're going to be sending out. And, they're going to be taking care of everything. The information is going to be on our website. And, it's just going, I hope everyone buys a mask and, helps us also promote our Gentle Giants. That's changing the world.
Thank you for that. And we definitely will be buying those masks. I will be, and I'm sure others, they're beautiful. Okay, let's just show a little. Was that a little booty scratch going on there? That is so cute.
They even teach us how to exfoliate our butts if we need to.
So let's take a look at what are these syringe. Let's look at those.
To see some part of the village, to see the way of they treat the elephant here. These elephant keepers, they used to take the elephant to walk in the street. Their job is baking in the street, and today they come home ครับช้างเหล่านี้นะครับเป็นช้างที่ในอดีตเคยเป็นช้างเล่ร่อนนะครับตามท้องถนนในเขตพื้นที่กรุงเทพมหานครสมุทรปราการสมุทรสาคร
So I think there she's just saying it, repeating it. So Colby, why don't you address this one? We'll go back and forth. Go ahead, Colby. What's going on there?
These are the begging elephants. Now, many of these elephants were already in one of Leck's projects called Herd to Home. They had been in it many years. They had come off the streets and joined Herd to Home and were doing very well. When COVID hit and tourism shut down, they were getting nothing. Their families were starving. Like Diana said, the elephants were starving. They had no choice but to go back on the streets and beg. So, they then took them back to the streets, and now we've brought them back home. So I think that these people are already motivated because they know how well their elephants do, being free, chain free, all of that. But, like the enclosures being so bad, it's because they've had no money to keep anything up. So I think that it's a great opportunity, especially when they can make more money on the street. But they know it's better for their elephant to be, they love their elephants. They don't want them walking on hard concrete and sitting in the rain. And, they're happy to be back in a project that's going to help them become self-sustaining again. And their elephants will, they're already sending us videos and photos, every day.
Let's see. Did you send some more along here? Here's one of Lake.
In the move elephant to the village, they have set up the homestay and their income increase every year within 4 years, within 3 years. And this is the year number 4 after they have affected with the COVID-19. They have zero income. So now they're waiting for the government to come help. If the government can't help them, they have to bring the elephant to go back to the street working again. This is what is the amount expect for how much they have.
So where we see the food there that they're eating and they come back, do they have to cut that down, or is there an abundance of that for the elephants available?
There isn't anything abundant right now for the elephants, because of the dry season. There was a lot of fires and everything. So there isn't anything abundant, and there isn't anything free for the elephants. So, the food that you see there is like actually giving them food and bringing them food. The situation is very, very dire, and it's very, very dangerous because when you have so many elephants in such close proximity, a fight can break out between elephants, and these are majestic, gentle giants. So there is a lot of the need is incredibly urgent right now. We need to be able to save them. We need to be able to control them. Another thing that is very worrisome is that when we have babies out in the elements, when they have their feet are always wet and everything, then they start suffering from foot rot. We just when baby Molly came to us, that she's already been in our project for a couple of months. They sent us pictures of her little pads. They were already with foot rot, and she's 6 months old. And this is because they have to stand, in their feces, in their urine. They don't have sand. We already sent for her shelter. We've sent for her. They become our babies. And I want to say,
before we get too far along, I want to show the rest of the videos because we only have like 15 minutes. Let me just go into these.
Hello again. Sorry for we lost signal, and so now we come back again. I will show you. This is how happy. Happy of this elephant. ต้องขอโทษนะคะพอดีสัญญาณขาดไปค่ะตอนนี้เป็นภาพช้างน้องช้างที่อยู่ในพื้นที่จังหวัดสุรินทร์นะคะเป็นช้างที่อดีตเป็นช้างเล่ร่อนนะคะที่พวกเราเห็นกันแล้วก็เวลานี้เขากลับ
So
that is they stay, and this is quite rotten at night, and this is the squid elephant in here, and this is will be 2 elephant in here at night time. อยากจะให้ทุกคนได้เห็นนะเพราะว่าที่นี่จะเป็นคอกเลี้ยงช้างนะคะที่เขาจะเอาใช้นอนแต่จะได้เห็นนะคะว่าในยามที่ควานช้างเขาต้องออกไปบางครั้งก็ต้องออกไปทำงานแล้วต้องทิ้งน้องช้างไว้เพราะเขาต้องมี
All right, so that's what it looks like. And it looks that good because Lake has been giving them the food. Otherwise, it would be worse. Is that correct? Am I reading that right? Pretty much? Diana?
Yes. Okay. The food, well, it looks horrific. The conditions they're living is horrific. But of course, they are receiving. Lek has traveled over there and has given them food. And since that trip, that video that you just showed, then Lek started working with her team to see who wanted to join our project. And this is when we have the 22 that have, 10 that have joined and 12 that are waiting for us.
From this herd that we're looking at?
Yes,
Was it from
absolutely.
This herd?
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so, we are very excited, but at the same time, we know that the urgency and that we really need to move. It's not easy. Before I forget, I want to say thank you to everyone that reached out to us because we lost two very young elephants to the virus this week. Thank you so much for all the messages and support. It's hard. It was very hard losing them. So thank you.
To hear that.
Yes. They become our kids literally. Like right now, we're all of the 12 that we're waiting. It's really sad for us to even think that we might not be able to raise the money and we have to turn them away. I mean, how do you do that, right? So we are determined to do whatever we have to do to raise the money and to bring them into where they're supposed to be.
So for the people just tuning in, just want to let you know that we are here with Gentle Giants nonprofit. You can go to thegentlegiants.org to learn more about this incredible project. And if you can donate anything, it would be greatly appreciated. It's a very dire situation where the elephants are being saved now, but it's precarious because the funding needs to happen. And eventually they will be self-sustainable, or is that what you're looking for in the future to go moving towards?
Yes.
I don't know. Yes, absolutely. All of our projects, all of our elephants, it's not going to be forever. We're working with them so that the tourists can come back. But as I've said in the different programs, it's going to be completely different, hands off and everything. But people are going to be able to go and have an experience with an elephant. It's just not going to be as close as it was before. Now, I do have a very good news that we want to share. I don't know.
Okay, hold that thought for Diana, because we only have a couple minutes and I'm going to give you the last big chunk, but I do want to give each person that came on a chance to say thank you for coming on. And if you want to have any not last words, but any words you'd like to add, ladies, the wonderful ladies that came to join us, I'll start with Mary Ann. Go ahead. Anything you want to add or to entice people to maybe help with the project, whatever you want to say, go ahead.
Please donate. It doesn't matter how much, $5, $10, particularly right now with the match that's available, you can double your donation. These elephants need you. These wonderful ladies are working their butts off to save these elephants, and any funds that you can help with or sponsor one of the elephants is just invaluable. And also a big shout out to Lek Chailer in Thailand, who is the hero here, saving everyone. Of course, all the ladies on this program are heroes as well, but Lek is the leader. And please, anything you can donate, any little bit helps.
Kiersten? Okay.
There. Sorry, I was muted. Yes, I just support everything that Mary Ann just said. Thank you, Mary Ann. Very well said. Please help if you can. Lek is truly an angel on earth. I cannot begin to express my gratitude and appreciation. And Diana and Colby, thank you so much. I know how hard you're working. This is an awesome project. And like I said before, I think this is really a chance where we can have a positive impact and help these elephants.
Wendy.
So thank you.
Sorry, Wendy. Go ahead. Wait. Oh my goodness. There you go. You're unmuted.
Okay. Ditto to what my colleagues have said. And also I do have to do a shout out for Lek because she is my rock star. meeting her has been such a joy. She is such an example to follow. But I did also want to add that on Amazon, you can go to amazonsmile.com and add Gentle Giants. I've done it. And that's a way to also generate. And ladies, will the birthday funds be ready? I know for my birthday, I'm doing Gentle Giants. Is it ready? Can people go on Facebook and do Gentle Giants for their birthday?
Not yet. Give us just about one more week.
Good. Yeah. So birthday is a good way to donate.
My birthday's in January, so you have time.
Okay.
But that's just a great way. You know what? I mean, I know in my life, there's nothing else I need. I don't need another mug or anything. Just give to the elephants. That's my present.
All right, Colby.
Well, I want to thank all of you beautiful women for being there for us and being so supportive, because what Diana and I are doing, we would not be able to do without all of you. It's nice to know you're in our corner and we can turn to you if we need something. I'm so happy we all got together. It's like a little girl party. I'm just very grateful. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I wanted to say really quickly about the videos. The two elephants in the water, Bunhai and Kamre Fet, they're from our trekking camp that came into our project only 2 months ago, and they are doing so well and are so very happy. I mean, you can see huge changes just in a short amount of time. So also, I want to give a shout out to Tammy and Paul. Happy anniversary. Tammy is a huge supporter of ours. So we hope they have a wonderful day. And all I can say is, $2, $1 becomes $2, $2 becomes $4. You can find change around your house. Get your kids involved. Have them look for stuff. Every penny counts. It's amazing how quickly it adds up. We have our business sponsorships. So if you want to advertise on our website, you get a tax deduction, you get to advertise, plus you get to help the elephants out. So all of that is on our website. And if anybody has any questions, they can always reach out to us. Our email's on the website. We're happy to answer any questions anybody has. And thank you, Lindsey, for having us back again. It's always a joy.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming on. Diana, we've got 7 minutes.
Oh my goodness, 7 minutes. That's too little for me. All right. So first of all, I want to, what I was going to share is that we lost 2 pie elephants, meaning that the owner wasn't willing to continue to comply with the agreement, blah, blah, blah. We had to remove them because either they show us that we have happy elephants and that, they're complying with taking them to the river, letting them be elephants, or we just have to remove them. Sadly, we had to remove them. But now she has contacted us again and said, I want to talk. So we might be able to add these 2 beautiful elephants again. We'll see. But, many people were very, very sad when we announced that, unfortunately, we would have to remove them from our website. So fingers crossed, we might have them back again with us. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is we started fundraising for Kavan's enclosure. This is Derek Thompson's campaign. He will be giving up an update sometime soon. But, I want people to be just a little bit patient. Many people have been emailing us, what's happening, what's going on, how much money has been raised. There are many, many, many things going on behind the scenes. Many big things that, need to be ironed out before we give an update, before we give exactly what's happening. But I want everyone to rest assured, any donation that you have given will go to Kavan's enclosure. Everything is just fine, but we need to give Derek his time to give his update whenever he wants. I do want to thank all of the girls that are here with me. Thank you so much. I mean, your support you have no idea how much we appreciate it. Wendy, Kiersten, Marianne, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. We were born just 3 months ago, and we're so happy that even other organizations have taken notice of what we've done, and they started to do the same thing. They're they're following our model, sponsoring or fostering or adopting. We've even seen sanctuaries that have started the similar thing. They get a picture certificate. At the end of the day, we're so honored that people want to follow our lead and that we're leading. And of course, our matriarch elephant, without her, we could never, ever do anything, which is Lac Charlotte. She's the most beautiful shining light. Without her, there's nothing. We follow her, we do everything that is what she believes in. And all of the women that are here with me today follow that lead. And she is our hero, our matriarch, our teacher, our mentor. So we are very, very grateful. And to you too, Lindsey, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for giving us this space to be able to ask for help for the beautiful, gentle giants we all want to protect. And yes, please, everyone send the email for Lucy. Everyone support Billy. Everyone, please, we're in this together, and it doesn't matter what elephants we're supporting. Let's support each other. Let's always walk hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, and fight to bring everyone home. And Lucy would be one of the elephants, and so would Billy. We see the changes. They would thrive. She would thrive. Billy would thrive in a sanctuary setting, without a doubt. There are elephants that have been transported in 30 years older than Lucy and in worse physical condition, and they have all survived, and not only survived, but thrived and lived and became an elephant again. And this is what Lucy and Billy deserve. So please, everyone, please just jump in and send those emails and support Billy any way you can.
Thank you so much for saying all of that. That is so great.
I did it every time.
Ladies or not, we're almost at the end. We have a couple more minutes left. So we just want to urge everyone. Now, there is a question. Let's just quickly address this. Is it safe to travel to Thailand? I want to go to India, but it's saying it's too dangerous. So I guess Sarah Siegel, one of our wonderful supporters, wants to know, can anyone answer that?
I don't think the borders are open for travel yet for tourism in Thailand. They were talking about trying to do it October 23rd, but then I've heard it's pushed to 2021. Yeah. So I wouldn't. That's my personal.
We want to make sure people know when they go there. I've been seeing TV programs on there showing people getting camel rides, elephant rides, all sorts of exotic rides. Please do not refuse to ride. Please do not ride. That is one of the worst things. And so we want to get people educated on all of this as well. So everyone, thank you so much for being on. We'll check back in with you soon. We have a surprise coming up. I don't want to talk about it yet. Diana and Colby know what I'm talking about. We have a wonderful surprise coming up that's going to help. We hope is going to really help also, but we need your help now. So anything you can do, please donate, share, have a watch party, spread the word. When people hear about this, they want to help because it's critical. Ladies, thank you for being on. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll be back next week, same time, same station.
Thanks for having us.
Bye-bye.
Bye, girl.
Bye-bye.
Bye.